Hello and welcome to the San Jose State Weekly Football Press Conference. Today is Monday, October 1st. The Spartans are back at it at home inside CEFCU Stadium this weekend against Colorado State. The Rams in town on Saturday, October 6th. Kickoff from CEFCU Stadium, 7:30 Pacific time. Our pregame coverage on 1590 AM KLIV and the Spartan Radio Network at 7 o'clock. Now, it will be televised on CBS Sports Network, and there are a couple of upcoming games as well that just released game times. So I'll go over those now. October 13th, the game at Levi Stadium against Army. That is now a 12:30 kickoff and will be televised on ESPNU. And then later on in the year, on November 17th against Nevada, that game inside CEFCU Stadium at 2 o'clock, the kickoff time Pacific, on ESPN3. So you can check out all the schedule updates on sjsuspartans.com. You can also get tickets there as well. Let's welcome in San Jose State head coach Brent Vernon.
Hello. All right. What a weekend. What a game. I thought kind of my comments after the game, you know, congratulations to Coach Rolovich and his team and that staff. Awesome job. They found a way to win it. Obviously, 5 overtimes was quite an experience for all of us. I thought our kids handled it really well. They seem to be in great shape, and they fought to the end. Disappointed with the outcome, but we're back to work. We have to get ready for a very good Colorado State team. This team got after us big time a year ago on the road, and they've got really, really talented players all over the field. They play hard. They're extremely well coached on both sides of the ball and the kicking game. So it's another significant challenge for us. Right now, they all seem like big challenges, but that's where we're at. So we're excited to get to practice tomorrow and see if we can't get to work on putting together a game plan that gives us a chance to be successful. The other thing that I need to mention is we have our Set the Expectation game this Friday or this Saturday. You know, in conjunction with Brenda Tracy. You know, the benefits of the T-shirt sales are going to go to the YWCA. We did an event last spring, Walk a Mile in Her Shoes, that benefited the YWCA as well as a football program. It's a great opportunity for us as a program, as players and coaches, to use the platform of football to help promote, you know, treating women with respect and you know, raising awareness for domestic violence and issues like that. So we're excited to support Brenda Tracy and Set the Expectation, and that happens this weekend. Hello.
Question regarding Coach Oden. Their play calling and your scheme also seems like it's evolving in the last few games. How would you describe that? I think it's more aggressive, more complex, more creative,
Well, I think more than anything, you know, when you have a team that's as young as ours, you know, sometimes it takes a while for them to settle into the scheme, and so it's probably a combination of those young players getting a little more experience, and then as they get more experience, you can also put more on their plate when they can handle more adjustments or more creativity. So it's probably a combination of those two things.
Hello, Coach.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
I just want to say that the last game, I think if it was an example of anything, it's that the offense is starting to get better. And the defense, like I was looking up the stats, and a lot of them are starting to rack up more points, more yards. Do you feel that the confidence in the team is starting to go up, especially since the last game?
Well, I think in order for the confidence to go really up, you need to find a way to win one. But I do think the guys feel like we played better the last 2 weeks. I feel like, you know, they feel like we are improving. I think they can see it on tape. And, you know, I think, you know, the question I just answered about the scheme with the coordinators, I think the more comfortable guys are with the scheme, the more confidence they can play with, and they can play fast. And so I think we're seeing some of that.
Coach,
how you
good
doing?
Afternoon. My name is Lupe. I'm a student at San Jose State.
All right, Lupe, how you doing, man?
I'm not bad. And you?
Good.
Just a question. Over the past 3 games, what improvements have you seen in your players and coaching staff as well?
Can you be a little more specific? I mean, we have 110 players on the team and 20 coaches. So do you want to?
Are there any significant improvements, like anything?
You know, I think our quarterback Josh Love, you know, he threw for 450 yards. You know, Saturday night. I think that's a big jump for him. I'm encouraged by that. I think Josh Oliver continues to be a good football player and had his biggest night Saturday night in a big situation. So I was encouraged by that. On defense, I think our D-line, mixed in with some of the young players that are playing there in the defensive front, are doing a really nice job. DeManuel and Cade Hall, and obviously the seniors kind of get all the credit there, but those young guys are doing a nice job. I'm also been encouraged by the play of our safeties, Trey Webb and Jay Leonard, who are both redshirt sophomores, so they're young players. So, I think that would be kind of the areas where I've seen some improvement.
Coach, you got a couple of reporters on the phone. Kelly Lyle, go ahead and ask one question for Coach. Kelly, you there?
Are you asking me, Kelly? You're cutting in and out on me, so I'm only hearing some of this. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead, Coach. Or go ahead, Kelly.
We're ready for you, Kelly.
Okay. Sorry, I'm only hearing about half of your end. So,
okay.
Just wanted to know, quarterback in particular. Obviously, Josh Love came out and played a really good game for you this weekend. Is he going to be the main guy moving forward, or you're still going to play Carrillo and Aronson?
I think he's the main guy going forward. I think he's performed at a level where he's saying he deserves to be that guy. I was really excited about how he handled it. He showed some real toughness in that game. So I was really proud of him in that regard.
Also got Mike Brohart on the line. Mike, one question for Coach.
Hey, Coach, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Just to piggyback on that, watch the game. You had a lot of success, going deep, going vertical in that game. Is that something that you saw as a strength of Josh? And because you were so successful, how much do you see that aiding his confidence as he moves forward?
Well, I think anytime a quarterback can, come out of a game and not turn it over and, throw for a good number like that, throw the ball into the end zone, I think, he should have confidence. I think confidence is one of those things people talk a lot about, but the only way you get it is by earning it, and so I think Josh did some of that in this game. I thought he played really, really well, like I've said. So, hopefully we can continue to make plays down the field and push the ball down the field.
Coach Colorado, regarding Coach Bobo's health and the rival market there, and some of the challenges on TV, can you explain to, say, just a normal person watching these games, how important that continuity, or if we don't have it, what does it do to a team?
In terms of Coach Bobo being healthy, or what's?
Just him not probably doing everything he could do if he was normal, or.
I think, as far as I know, Coach Bobo has been heavily, and he's back to normal. He's calling plays again, so he's all in. Obviously they had that little deal at the start of training camp, but and I communicated with Coach Bobo then, but from everything I've heard, he's back full speed.
Go back to the phones now, and Kelly, one more question for Coach.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you real quick. We talked to Coach Mike Bobo today. Obviously, they're off to a rough start like you guys are. What are the things that you kind of use as long-term to keep your team motivated, to keep looking ahead? Because you've had some tough losses. You're getting close in a lot of games, but not winning. Just how hard is that to keep the team moving forward and motivated for the rest of this season and what still might be ahead of them if they can get things going?
Well, I think the biggest thing there is it's you have a choice every day when you get up, and how are you going to deal with what life throws at you? And us handling the adversity of the season is no different than the lessons we try and give our young men handling adversity in their lives and what they're going to go through, what they've already gone through, some of them, and what they're going to continue to go through. So, my biggest thing is you have a choice every day when you wake up. You can either get your butt out of bed and get to work, or you can lay in bed and feel sorry for yourself. And if that's the choice, you're just not going to fit with us. So it's all about the work we put in. It's all about the effort and the intensity of our practice environment. And last week we had a great practice, and I expect to have a great practice this week too.
Again, to the phones, Coach. with Mike. Mike, another question for Coach?
Yeah, Coach. Just a little bit more. When you look at Colorado State's defense, they've had struggles with explosive plays, and is that something that, I mean, especially after the way Josh played this week and your receivers, your receiver group played, that's something that you would hope that you could take advantage of, or is there anything that you see specifically in CSU's defense that's kind of made them vulnerable?
You know, I think they've got good players on that defense. You know, there's a lot of guys on that defense that played against us a year ago. I thought they were outstanding. You know, I see Emmanuel Jones coming off the edge there. He still looks like a fantastic player. He was awesome last year as a freshman. You know, we've got our hands full with this group. These guys are really good. They're extremely well coached. You know, they got good players in the back end who are active. They like to run and hit. You know, whatever's happened to them so far, you know, that obviously they've had a bye week to fix some of those issues. And so we know we're going to get their best effort. We're going to get their best stuff. And we're going to have to be ready for a couple curveballs. Come on, Victor. What do you got?
I got a ton.
Fire.
So all the good things happening, you know, there's turnovers. You guys are keeping everything like you've said almost from the beginning, but still those little things kind of bubble up, like the drop passes or the penalties. How do you, or how the coaches mentally or psychologically practice against that?
Oh gosh, that's hard. That's a good question. You know, drop passes or you know, penalties. I think in terms of the drop passes, I also think we caught some really difficult contested catches in that game too. So, you know, that's I think that's a matter of focus. That's a matter of maturity. I also think that, you know, for the guys that have, you know, we play against Oregon and Bailey, who's playing lights out. He dropped more passes in that game than anybody, right? Like at Oregon, and then he comes back this week and he sets the night on fire. You know, so. You know, I think it's just all their mentality, how they prepare. You know, if they do drop a pass in practice, you know, sticking around extra, getting on the jugs machine, getting with the quarterback, repeating the play that you made the mistake on, and catching that pass over and over again, so that you build some confidence doing it. And then the penalties is something that we are beating to death. You know, I thought some of that stuff the other night could have gone either way with the move call from Hawaii. You know, but we got to do a better job holding our water. You know, we have some inexperienced guys up there, and they got to do a better job handling that.
Coach, back to the phone. Kelly, another question for Coach?
I think I'm good, thanks.
Mike, how about you? Another question?
I am as well. Thank you, Coach.
And thank you, guys. Doesn't the gold room look good? Looks amazing. Did a good job in here.
Got a couple sacks the last game,
Yep.
and like I mentioned before, the defense, their stats are starting to stack up. What do you think about how he's going to perform in the next game?
Well, I hope he performs well. You know, like I said, I've spoke a lot about our defensive line group. Coach Ciamalo does a great job coaching those guys. You know, this is my 5th stop with Joe Ciamalo coaching. You know, and so when we were able to hire him, I knew what we were going to get. And I think those guys play their tails off, and they keep getting better and better. And so it's fun to see them kind of grow and develop. Then those young guys that are getting mixed in, like Cade and like D-Man and like EJ, you know, those guys are Christian Johnson. You know, those guys are young players. I mean, they're first and second year players. And so, you know, I just think they're going to continue to grow. Obviously, the three amigos, Boogie, Bryson, Losi, are kind of setting the tone and helping those guys grow and develop. But I think the future is really bright for them.
Going back to the earlier question about motivation, so because you have a young group and these students, and for those who struggle to motivate themselves, what do you do exactly to get them back on track and get them to winning games?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, the guys that struggle motivating themselves, I hope we don't recruit those guys, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? This is Division I football. You need to be self-motivated to play at this level. In terms of how we handle the losing or how we handle getting to work, it's kind of what I mentioned earlier. I really believe that. You know, it's like right? I see you on crutches with the broken foot, right? Like, did you not go to work today? Did you quit? Of course not, right? And so what choice do you have, right? You handle your business, and that's the choice these young men have. And they're all anxious to play better, and they're all anxious to grow and improve. And every day, that's what we're getting from them. They are working their tails off. There's so much growth with them, you know. Academically, they're handling their business. They're doing a great job that way. You know, we had more 3.0s last spring than we've ever had in the history of the schools in football. So there are little signs of improvement everywhere across the board, even last night, right? You know, we've never played in a 5 overtime game, you know, and so the players are fighting. And we were playing, you know, the last 2 weeks we played against, you know, people that were heavily favored, and we showed up and played, and we battled our tails off. And so to me, the next step is finding a way to win one.
General question about the running game. Obviously, still needs to show up.
Still a work in progress, yes.
Like I see Manigo, and I see some good potential. He's getting around the edge. He's fast. He's a power runner, and
Yeah.
just any general comment how to uncover that.
Yeah, I think that's really a tough deal. You know, obviously, statistically, you get hurt when you give up some sacks like we did in that last game, but you know, it's not where we need it to be. I think that group is starting to come together a little bit. You know, I think that's still, you know, I think we've shuffled that deck a couple times. You saw a couple other guys play on Saturday night, so they continue to kind of move around and grow. But you know, that group needs to make a big step, and I'm super confident in Joe Bernardi. He does a fantastic job coaching that group, and those kids are really busting their tails. They work incredibly hard. We're getting really good leadership from Troy Kowalski, and so you know, I'm excited to see, you know, what it looks like this weekend, or really what it looks like in practice tomorrow, because they're going to be challenged and they're going to put in the work, and I think they're going to come out better from it. Thank y'all.
All right, once again, San Jose State back at home inside Seth Q Stadium this weekend, Saturday, October 6th. The kickoff against the Colorado State Rams at 7:30. The game will be televised on CBS Sports Network. Our pregame coverage on 1590 AM KLIV and the Spartan Radio Network. The pregame gets going at 7 o'clock from Seth Q Stadium. Tickets available at sjsuspartans.com. That does it for us this week, though. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you next time.